War poet Edward Thomas wrote his first poem about this pub.
We don't normally go into the history of pubs too much because there's other creators for that type of thing, but that can't be ignored. That's huge.
And if you read the poem, you would think that this pub is called the White Horse.
But it's more affectionately known as the Pub with No Name, located in Prize Dean, in the arse end of nowhere.
But rural countryside was the poet Edward Thomas's speciality. He actually wrote this poem about this pub when he was in the trenches in World War One.
Now let's talk about why we're really here. The drink selection. It's a Fuller's pub, so you're going to have your basic Fuller's Meta, which is a step above most other pubs, let's be fair.
I do feel like it's a place that you could come to with your friends and have a few real ales together.
Yeah, definitely. Now, it has gone a bit restauranty, but we'll let them off for that because this pub did nearly close down last year and it was saved from the brink of extinction, thankfully.
Which would have been such a shame because the dank in here is off the scale.
Rural pubs have this specific type of dank, which I like to call rustic rural dank, where you've got the cartwheels on the walls, tankards, trinkets and bits that you would associate with the countryside.
And one of the things I love most of all in an old pub is a fireplace. You come to an old pub like this and you've got the soot-covered bricks, a roaring fire. It's so nice.
Even though it is leaning more towards being a restaurant, there is still an abundance of comfortable areas for you to sit there and just have a drink if you wanted to. You won't feel out of place.
Now, I don't always film a toilet, but when I do, it's for a specific reason. And these toilets were incredible.
Imagine going to a pub and you go to the toilet and realise it's better than your house.
These toilets were better decorated than most of the shitholes we've ever been to.
I know, we should start a sub-series called Lovely Bogs.
A lot of the decor and the furniture here are antiques, which is really in keeping with the age of the pub, which is from the 1600s.
Obviously all of these antiques weren't originally from the pub, but the way it's been put together definitely gives you a feel of what it might have been like in the old days.
It continues to have separate entrances to each side of the bar, a common feature in old pubs but not always kept during modernisation.
Like the good old days before everything went woke.
Oh, shut up, boomer. I feel like there was so much to capture in this pub. I had to get every little angle of it because it was so beautiful.
Here you go, here's some examples of that countryside dank I was talking about. The cartwheels there and the little brass horsey thingies. Don't know what the fuck those are called, but somebody can tell me in the comment.
There's a huge garden here. It wraps all the way around the pub, and there's also a camping facility, which is helpful if you are attending the beer festival that they had just before we arrived.
Special shout out to the barman who wanted to be in the video.
And a special shout out to the wonderful cat living in a caravan on the site that just sauntered into the pub and had a lovely fuss made of it. Go on, what is this place?
It's a very decent pub.